We dig for treasure. We search for gold, lost cities, and forgotten empires. But what if the greatest archaeological discovery isn't gold, but proof that love and compassion are older than civilization itself? A discovery hidden in bones, in DNA more ancient than the pyramids, tells us something breathtaking. That our ancestors didn't just survive, they cared deeply. For decades, we believed a myth that prehistoric life was brutal, that only the strong survived. That compassion was a luxury early humans couldn't afford. Evolution, we thought, favored the fittest, not the kindest. But new science has shattered that belief. Using ancient DNA techniques, researchers examined over 10,000 prehistoric remains. Among them, they found something no one expected: the genetic signature of Down syndrome. Deep in a cave in eastern Spain, a tiny fossil was found. Just a fragment of a skull, no bigger than your thumb. Inside that fragment were the tiny bones of the inner ear. Scientists scanned it using advanced CT technology and discovered something astonishing. The child, later nicknamed Tina, had multiple inner ear deformities, symptoms consistent with Down syndrome. She would have suffered from dizziness, balance issues, and hearing loss. Yet somehow, in the harsh world of the Middle Paleolithic, Tina survived to the age of 6. That's 6 years of a nomadic Neanderthal family carrying, guiding, and protecting her. 6 years of compassion in a time we once believed had none. And Tina was just the beginning. In Ireland, a 5,500-year-old baby with Down syndrome was buried in a Neolithic tomb. In Bronze Age Greece, a young girl was buried with a necklace of 93 beads, made from glass, shells, and stone. In Iron Age Spain, multiple infants with chromosome conditions were buried inside homes, not in cemeteries, and not cremated like others. These burials were special, filled with care, respect, and emotion. Time and time again, across thousands of years and cultures, children who could not survive alone were not left behind. They were embraced. None of this was possible to prove before. Skeletal analysis alone couldn't confirm Down syndrome. But today, with ancient DNA, scientists can detect trisomy 21, an extra copy of chromosome 21. And that discovery? It's not just biological, it's cultural. It shows us that even in the earliest human societies, people made the deliberate choice to support others who could not repay them. These aren't isolated cases. In prehistoric Italy, a young man with dwarfism survived to adulthood. In Israel, a child with hydrocephalus lived to age 3, in a time when medicine didn't exist. These conditions required constant help. They couldn't forage, hunt, or protect themselves. And yet, their communities carried them forward, fed them, protected them. Not because they had to, but because they chose to. Compassion is not a modern invention. It's not a byproduct of religion, cities, or laws. But today, with ancient DNA, scientists can detect trisomy 21, an extra copy of chromosome 21. It's older than writing, older than the wheel, maybe even older than Homo sapiens themselves. When we look at these ancient graves, we aren't just looking at bones. We're looking at proof that human kindness is part of who we are, that the instinct to care, to love, is as old as humanity itself. So the next time someone tells you that helping the vulnerable is unnatural, tell them about Tina, the little Neanderthal girl who couldn't walk alone, but never had to.